Yeah.
Good. All right, you. Good to see
Got it.
Thank you. On the 28th.
Just an announcement, if anybody wants to address, if anybody needs to address council, please sign in. We'll take the sheet up in just a few minutes, so if you'd like to address council, please just log in to the clipboard and I'll call you up in order. We'll start at 6:30.
Anyone need an agenda?
Hardly. There's hardly anything but. His stuff on Anyway, it's surrounded. Put two of us on this side, two of us on that side. He's really yeah, you won't think that all of a sudden.
Anybody requested?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Oh. Whatever you want.
All right, if I could have your attention, we'll call the Loudon City Council meeting to order. Our special guest tonight is Reverend Mark Hester from Loudon Cumberland Presbyterian Church, and a good friend of mine, John Garner. I call him Big John, so he's big in attitude. He's a good friend of mine. Glad that both of you could be here tonight, and we appreciate your service to our community, Mark. And we know John's just one of the family, so it wouldn't surprise me if he joined the ranks of firefighter one day, just like his dad. But he's got plenty of time to decide that. So if everybody could stand with us, please, and we'll begin our meeting. So, Mark.
Thank you, and we pray. Eternal God, our only hope, our help in times of trouble, we ask you to help nations work out differences. We ask that you not let threats multiply or war be used for those who disagree. May there be compassion on the people of all nations, and may your word rule the world and the words of all people as we remember our troops, those in persecution and threat, and our sister nations of democracy. Work with, oh God, these men and women in government at this place, and make every official an agent of your reconciliation, and every representative an ambassador of hope. Sustain peace and goodwill to our community. Open our ears to hear wise counsel. Open our mouths to call out for justice and mercy. And this we pray in the spirit of the one who knows all about building community and extending blessings to us all, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. John, if you'll join me right up here in the front. So step up right up here, okay? That's for you. Don't let your daddy talk you out of it, okay? And that is, and here's a flag for you. And this is something your mom can frame, it's got your name on it, okay? So let's let you hold that, we're gonna have her picture made.
Mom needs one too.
Okay.
Lucas was in. Okay.
Proud of you. John has another appointment, baseball, softball, and all that started now too, so. Roll call, please.
Mayor Harris,
Here.
Vice Mayor Dixon,
Here.
Councilmember Bivens, Councilmember James,
Here.
Councilmember Webster.
Here.
Thank you.
So we do have a quorum. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for attending the monthly meeting of the Loudon City Council. My name is Mayor Jeff Harris. It's my pleasure to welcome you to our meeting tonight. Tennessee law gives every Tennessean the right to attend city council meetings and see how their government operates. We appreciate y'all taking time out of your personal schedule to be here tonight to see how your government works. As chair, it's my intention to create a space where everyone feels seen, respected, and heard, and hopefully and valued. If you should have a copy of tonight's agenda, if you do not have one, Megan can get you one on the table in the back of the room. This agenda is your guide to the topics we're going to be discussing tonight. In order to conduct business-like meetings, the city council has adopted some specific rules to follow. These rules keep the meeting moving and provide for common courtesy and make sure all points of interest are heard. In just a moment, we'll enter a section on the agenda entitled Citizens Input, where anyone that's signed in is encouraged to address city council. But we do ask that you wait till you've been recognized before you approach the podium. After being recognized, approach the podium and follow 3 simple rules. State your name for the records. Please address your questions and comments to the chair and avoid the use of profanity, any improper language, or inappropriate conduct. Once that portion of the citizens input portion is concluded, we'll continue with the rest of the meeting. Please be advised that public comments will be limited. We ask that you remember we're doing the people's business here tonight, which is a very important responsibility for all of us, and you can help us do this by adhering to the rules that we've established for our meeting. Again, thank you for coming to our meeting tonight. We're glad to see everyone here. Next item on the agenda says MTAS. We know that MTAS is who we use for a lot of our training. I had misunderstood. I thought Angie Carey was going to be here tonight. She is not going to be here. But what we were going to bring up is the chairman of the utility board and myself have worked for several months to work with MTAS about a performance evaluation for our city manager. So you'll be receiving an email tomorrow in your email address with the city, and it'll have the performance evaluation attached. We ask that you take time to do that. There'll be instructions that she lists there and a date when that needs to be completed, about 2 weeks. Follow the instructions and then we'll get that back to her. It'll be completely anonymous. I won't see any handwritten notes or any comments other than what she types out. So she'll compile all that, it'll be summarized, and then we will sit down with Manager Ross, myself, and the chairman of the utility board and go over the performance evaluation with him at that time. So you will be getting that in your email tomorrow, be looking for it. Please take some time and do it, and put some thought into it, because I feel like our manager, in my opinion, does a great job, but he needs to hear feedback from us. I think we owe him that. He needs to know, he knows the criteria he's gonna be judged on, he's seen the form, he knows the different areas he'll be judged on and rated on. So we ask that you take a look at that, make sure you put some thought into it, and give an honest, fair evaluation. Any questions about it? Hopefully this will be established that we can do this every March on an annual basis, so that if there's any salary adjustments that need to be made, that we can put those in place when we do the budget. So we're trying to get it established so it's an annual thing. Every March you'll expect that. Okay, any questions from council on that? Okay. Next item is to adopt our agenda. The agenda was mailed out. emailed out and you see it in front of you. Is there any changes to the agenda from council?
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Okay, we have a motion to adopt the agenda by Vice Mayor Dixon. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Webster. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. So our agenda is adopted at this point. No one signed in, I don't think. Okay, so citizens input. We'll go to the next item, which is approval of the minutes.
Mayor Harris, I reviewed the minutes from January and recommend they be approved.
Okay? What's the pleasure of council?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Do we have a motion to approve? Do we have a second? Have a second by Councilmember James to approve the minutes for January 24th, 2022. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion carries. Fuel bids. Attorney Friday, we need to take these separate, or can we do these
Yes, please.
separate? Okay. All right, the first fuel bid is for the purchase of low sulfur undyed diesel fuel on January 21st, 2022. It was received from Valley Oil Company for the projected amount of $9,625. What's the pleasure of council?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember James, second by Vice Mayor Dixon. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Second is for February the 15th, 2022. The low bid for the purchase of fuel on February 15th, 2022 was received from Valley Oil Company for the projected amount of $23,855. It's a pleasure of council.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Have a motion by Vice Mayor Dixon,
Second.
second by Councilmember Webster. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay, motion carries. Next item, our ordinance, first reading, adopting the International Building Code 2018, International Residential Code 2018, International Plumbing Code 2018, International Mechanical Code 2018, International Fuel Gas Code 2018, National Electric Code 2017, ADA Standards for Accessible Design 2010, International Fire Code 2018, NFPA 101 Life Safety Code 2018 by reference. And all that's included in the packet. This is just, how long has it been since it's been updated? Chief?
2012.
2012, okay. So, we have a motion from council
I'll make
to
a
approve? Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember James, do we have a second?
Okay.
Second by Vice Mayor Dixon. We have any questions about the code? Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember James.
Aye.
Councilmember Dixon.
Aye.
Councilmember Webster.
Aye.
Mayor Harris.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. So we'll set a public hearing at 6:25.
Thank you.
March 28th.
28th.
Okay, resolutions. First resolution is adopting change order number 4 for Queen Road Improvement Project. Senator Ross?
Yes, Mayor, this is change order number 4, and as this project continues, various aspects, complications are discovered in the field. This includes everything from drainage culverts to leaving driveways better than we found.
Right,
For
and I think a
the
lot of
various
this,
residents of Queener Road, and this may not be the last one. This is change of order number 4, and we're progressing.
I think the spirit of these are to, as you say, leave it better than we found it. And I think that's what we're doing for the residents there, so. What's the pleasure of council?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Do we have a motion? Have a motion to approve it by Vice Mayor Dixon, second by Councilmember Webster, to approve change order number 4 for the Queen Road Improvement Project in the amount of $61,425. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion carries. Next item is accepting the quote for 2022 Loudon fireworks show.
Yes, our Facilities and Maintenance Director, Harold, made this presentation during the workshop. It's the funding of our annual firework displays. One is around Independence Day. The next is at Riverfest. For the cost of both shows together, and Director Harrell went through the timing, the length of the shows, as well as the various fireworks that are to be used. But it's a total of $38,000, and that's $19,000 split evenly between the
And that's for
utility
both
board
shows,
and
both shows, right?
yes,
Yeah.
and the city council.
So that's the Riverfest and July 4th. So we'd be approving, allocating $19,000 towards that. What's the pleasure of council?
I so move.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember James, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Vice Mayor Dixon, any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is authorizing certain facilities and maintenance department items and equipment to be considered surplus, and there was an addendum to that, there was an addition of various banners, I think, so that was included in your packet too, that was on a separate sheet, so that's the only change I think that was to the list. Same list we had at the workshop, correct, with that addition,
Yes, Mayor.
okay? We remember the pictures and the slideshow, Mark? Showed us. The only thing that's not there, and as I said, additional is the banners that we're gonna surplus.
I'll make a motion we accept this item.
Okay, have a motion to authorize certain facilities and maintenance department items to be considered surplus. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Webster. Any questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Next item is approving the surplus and donation of fencing materials to the Philadelphia Elementary School. I think Mark touched on this in the workshop. You were gonna reach out to him.
We have,
Mr.
they're
Beazell?
very excited to have that for the farm project,
Okay,
Philadelphia School, yes.
okay,
I'll make a motion we accept that project.
okay. So this separates that from the other list of things we approved.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Webster to approve the surplus and donation of fencing to Philadelphia Elementary School. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is approving subordination agreement with Timothy Burnell Henley. Manager, also let you touch on that. It's pretty much the same as the workshop, I guess.
Yes, a little less than 5 years ago, the city entered into a home improvement grant program. This particular address received a home grant, and now the resident desires to refinance the property. That's put a new mortgage in place. And what the mortgage company is asking the city to do is subordinate its lien to that of the new first lien holder, the new mortgage company. We've done this in the past. It's a little risk to the city, and it's not really a violation of the grant because the resident's not going anywhere.
Right.
It still intends to live at the home.
Okay. What's the pleasure of council?
I so move.
Do we have a motion to approve by Councilmember James?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Webster to approve the subordination agreement with Timothy Burnell Henley. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item is authorizing network cabling system upgrades.
All these network fiber optic upgrades took place at the police and fire building. The timing was such that it was coordinated with the improvements that took place at the old hotel, the former Parks and Rec building. And Besco was the vendor that performed the work. This work's actually already been performed, and what we're asking to happen is that the council ratify this work.
Just a little housekeeping, basically.
Mhm.
So these upgrades need to be done, and they just capitalized on having the,
This was in your fiscal year budget,
mhm.
and it's just the timing of the meetings didn't exactly line up with when the work was performed, which is why we're asking for the ratification.
You already had a team mobilized there to do it in the area, so. Okay, what's the pleasure of council?
I'll make a motion we accept it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second by Councilmember Webster to authorize network cabling system upgrades. Any questions? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Last resolution is authorizing agreement with the Loudon County Chamber of Commerce pertaining to the City of Loudon Downtown Courthouse Square Revitalization Program. This has been discussed several meetings, and this approval is the MOU with the Chamber of Commerce. Manager Ross, do you need to add anything to this? We've discussed it in length, I think. Do you have any? What's the pleasure of council?
I so moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember James, do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Vice Mayor Dixon to approve this agreement with the Loudon County Chamber of Commerce to pertain to the City of Loudon Downtown Courthouse Square Revitalization Program. Any questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Are we done with this now?
We're done with it now.
No.
Yeah. We have talked it to death, so. All right, department reports. We'll start with, Chief Brubaker. Have anything, Chief?
The whole book of pictures there, we have some before and after pictures from the codes and building, project,
When we gonna cut the ribbon?
in the near future.
Near future? Let's
There's
do
still
it.
some little odds and ends, needs done, some little finishing work, but it's very, very close to being completed.
Mark, your guys have done a good job up there.
If you didn't go through it before they started.
Oh, we did.
It's hard to imagine.
We did. Yeah, we sure did. Makes Mark wanna move back in, probably.
We spent a day cleaning out that vault that's in there. That was fun.
Yeah.
Those ceilings are like 12
Yeah.
feet tall, and it was from the
Any
floor to
dead
the
bodies,
ceiling.
any dead bodies or anything in
I think we found a mouse.
there? Right.
Or two.
Yeah, at least.
I'm sure the guys are excited about possibly getting in there pretty soon.
Definitely are, they're very excited about it.
That looks great. New windows, and all that stuff too, but, yeah.
New windows.
You can see the whole front's different.
So that's the original floor and wall that you can see as well. So that's kind of the part, is just to kind of keep the old,
Yeah.
old part of the hotel showing there.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, anything else, Chief, that
No,
you need to
sir.
bring up? Okay, Chief Webb?
I guess better update you on our incident we had Thursday, February 24th. Most of you heard we had an officer-involved shooting. I can't give you a lot of detail because, as a result of the incident, the TDI conducts an investigation. That is routine. Our policy requires that anytime we have an officer-involved shooting, we have an independent agency conduct the investigation. So the TDI is that independent agency. The process for that is we contact the Attorney General, Russ Johnson. He does what is called a predication of the TBI to conduct the investigation. As a result of the shooting, what I can tell you is that we have a person in custody. His name is Joshua Scott Wilson. He's 33 years old. He was an employee at Malibu. He was the cause of some issues that were going on that we responded to a call over there. I can give you the results of my cursory investigation, and that is that our officers perform within our policies and within their training and use the minimum force necessary to successfully arrest an armed and dangerous person that was at large. He is transported to University of Tennessee Hospital on Thursday. They performed surgery. We had an officer that guarded him all weekend long, served warrants on him today, and transported him to Loudon County Jail, where he's in custody waiting to be arraigned in the morning. The officer that was involved in the shooting was transported by another officer up to the emergency room at Fort Loudon, and they were concerned a little bit about some pre-existing conditions. Kept him overnight, and specialists checked him out, and he's okay. Now, he's not back on the job because During the investigation the TBI conducts, we have him on administrative leave with pay. But all of our people are okay. The person that we had to arrest, he's gonna be okay, probably walk with a limp for the rest of his life. But, and I feel like also that everything will be okay, you know, as far as any, talked to General Johnson today, and although he didn't have all the results back from the investigation, he feels like there won't be any criminal issues. So
Okay.
I think everything's gonna be okay. I feel certain of that.
Thank you, Chief. You know, we've seen this on the news and other places where workplace has turned bad, you know, and this incident was handled professionally, I think, and kept outside the plant. That was a big thing. We've seen it go the other way a lot of times. So, good job by your department.
Yes, sir, that's all.
Okay, City Engineer, Mr. Hogan, do you have anything?
Our question period for, the Country Lane project ended Friday. An addendum to answer those questions, will be sent out to all bidders this week. And we'll look forward to, March 8th bid opening. We'll report to you for a special call meeting on the 14th.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the update on that. Director Brown, anything?
During the executive session, we discussed also some remote COVID testing.
Mhm.
And I reached out to a department, an individual, she has her own business, and unfortunately, due to her staffing, limited staffing, she is unable to process some of our insurance. So for her to come on site to this, be about $120 per employee each time. So we'll maybe look at exploring some other options.
Looks at other options? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Mark, you're up.
Thanks, Mayor. I don't know if you would help me here. Got a presentation tonight. Very excited to see one of our school teachers from Loudon High School here tonight. She didn't know that we were gonna bring this out, so I didn't know we were gonna bring it out. I guess a couple of students. Jennifer, are these your students?
I'm gonna have her introduce him in a minute.
So that's awesome that y'all are here. You'll be the first to see it.
You can go to school and talk
Share
about it.
This is something that our guys have been working on. It's a prototype of something that we plan to do. If you guys like, in front of Loudon High School, there has been some requests of adding Christmas decorations in front of the high school, wreaths, Christmas trees, things like that. So we thought this may be the alternative to that. There you go. This may be the alternative to that, and actually, we could leave this up. We would start it when the school season starts in August and leave it up through the season of May. This prototype cost us about $200 to build. We feel like that now that we know what we're doing, we'll have less time in it, less material, and we could probably build it for about $125 a piece. We need to do 8 of these. There are aluminum poles out in front of Loudon High School. They'll run parallel to Loudon High School. They'll not stick out over the highway like the decorations do. So if you're standing on the west end, if you're looking west, and if you're looking, I guess that'd be east at the high school, you'll have L's, 8 L's right in front of it on the poles about 15 feet in the air. And we're very excited. We think this is something, but it's also good for our guys at facility and maintenance. It's part of our team building, things that we can do for the community that make improvements of our attitudes as well as the community attitudes. And that's the reason I wanted to point out Jennifer tonight, because I think she'll be as excited as we are when you see this. And this is the big red.
You need a drum roll or?
Wrong with
You get fireworks.
Must be not work, because it makes a big deal. The flag doesn't fit on right. So again, those would be, they would face toward Loudon, and they would be, they would face east. And they would be right parallel in front of the high school with a total layout. Something that we would like to add in the future is the possibility of changing the colors. We could change the colors remotely. We're looking into that. That's pretty expensive right now. But possibly for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we could change it to a pink bulb. The situation with Officer Jenkins, we could have done a blue bulb. We might be able to get 7 or 8 different colors out of it by app on your phone. So, thank you, Bill, for helping us tonight. And hope we get your blessing to build 8 more. Cool. Okay, Ty.
What do the students think about it?
Awesome.
Okay,
You get pictures?
I do.
The building on your way?
thank you, Mark. Anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to add, as Chief Ruger did as well, those guys are taking a lot of pride in the hotel project we call it. I think they're finishing up and, it really turned out nice. Again, I'm very proud of our guys and the motivation that, they have shown in that project. They're ready to start another one. We've been on this, it's a mile long, but, they've got good teams. They're doing some good things up there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Nicole, you have anything?
No, sir, thank you.
Kyle, you have anything else need to bring up?
We put out in your, agenda packet some tentative dates for, Looking Good Loudon Cleanup Day.
Yeah.
The first one, the spring cleanup, would be the end of the month of March. I believe it's March 26th. It'll be
Right.
Saturday morning from 9 to 12.
Yeah, we'd like to have a good turnout for that. I had that on my notes to mention, Looking Good Loudon, the first spring cleanup day will be March 26th, Saturday, 9 to 12 here meet here at City Hall, and then we'll disperse to the proper locations that we need to pick up trash and things like that. So if we could have a good turnout for that, that'd be great. Okay, council member reports. Vice Mayor Dixon, you have anything from Planning Commission?
I've got a couple from the planning commission. The, historic zoning, Clayton Pango came, to the zoning commission with the application of appropriateness for construction of a fence, so we approved that. He'd be putting up a new fence, down on, Mulberry. Then planning commission, all we had was Jacob Thomas came with a site plan for Matlock Bend development, approximately 3.32 acres. It's for storage buildings, that was approved also.
Okay. Anything else?
I have birthdays.
Okay, go ahead and move, let you get them out of the way.
Birthdays for, February, Fire Department, Andrew Disney, February the 8th, Hunter Raby, February 14th, Electric Department, Travis Williams, February 21st, Water Department, Eduardo, I don't know how you say it, I hate him. Whatever, February the 3rd, Jim Byers, Water Plant, February the 14th, the Civil Service Board, Dickie Blankenship, February 25th. That's
Okay.
it.
Thank you. Councilmember Webster, do you have anything we need to bring up?
Nope,
Okay. Councilmember James,
I'm good.
you good? Just a couple of anniversaries to mention. February's a slow month, I guess. Jacob Quinn and Colby Kaiser, both those are 2 years, Loudon Fire Department. In the waste, in the city, the utilities, we had Jason Brown, Water Treatment Plant, 3 years. Danny Silva, 9 years, Customer Service. Joe Don Moorfield, 16 years, Electric Department. And then Bill Collick was recognized for his 35 years, Wastewater Treatment Plant, and he is officially retired as of last Friday. So I did go to Bill's retirement thing and ask him what job he came to work on when he came to work, and he said the same thing I'm doing right now. 35 years, worked the same job, Class C operator. Said, you never bid up, no, 35 years, same job. That's unheard of nowadays, you don't see that too much. So, anyway, if you get to run into Bill, you probably have to see him on the lake somewhere fishing, but, thank him for his service. Any other closing comments? I was gonna mention, which Ty did, about the Looking Good Loudon, that's the upcoming, so try to mark that on your calendar, 26th. Be looking in your email, something from MTAS, and, print off the evaluation and take some time and, let's give Manager Ross feedback that he needs to do his job.
Oh, this is for Manager Ross?
It's from Manager Ross.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yours ought to be the easiest one, you've just been
I
3 meetings or whatever. Well, we're fortunate to have him, and I think he does a great job. If you compare what he's got on his plate now to what previous managers have had, it's a lot.
what his predecessors have been.
That's right, it's a lot, so, he deserves our feedback, and we need to make sure we're prudent with that. Okay, There's no other comments. This meeting is adjourned. Thank y'all for coming. Oh, what first? Ms. Brewster, I'll let you introduce your students, if you would.
Oh, well, I just have two seniors sitting out with me. I'll let him.
Okay.
Sadie.
My name is Sadie Griffin. There you go. I just moved here from California a year ago, and she's doing great.
Wow.
She's a great Redskin addition.
Great. Well, we thank Ms. Brewster for bringing her class. She does that on a regular basis, and thank y'all for
And a
coming.
great softball player too.
Is she?
Yes.
All right, thank y'all for coming. All right, y'all are dismissed. Meeting adjourned.
That's very cool.
Guess you're not gonna play golf.
I don't know. Who did you get mad at? Coach? I need something.